Hey everybody, guess what? We are back. This is Africa is Next podcast. I'm not alone as usual. I'm with Buckmeister Cul and I'm with Zuko, the Fire Lord himself. Yes, we are back, like I said. So yeah, we're gonna be discussing the 50 greatest comic book characters of all time.
50
The most atrocious
greatest.
list. I think this should be called the most atrocious list.
That
According
grade must be in that grade must be in so many quotes. It must have put in double quotations. The greatest,
according
quadruple quotations. Yo,
according to Empire magazine. So as you can tell, the guys are not happy. They don't agree with this list, and we're just gonna be doing the last batch. So yeah, you guys will let us know your thoughts in the comments below. So last time we ended with Magneto, and
yeah.
let me just share my screen quickly. This week we're gonna be starting with
I am
number
terrified of number 1.
number 8. Joker.
Jack
Okay.
Napier? Get that. No, first off and foremost, this is from the animated series stuff, okay? His name has not been confirmed. So already this list is making me suspect. Extra suspect now. This is suspicious. And number 8?
At number 8, bro.
I'm trying to figure out how this list was created.
How does this list work? How
I was
does this list?
same question as well.
Because I think if you gave this list to a layman, the Joker
Yeah.
at 8 would make sense because he's one of the more famous characters. But for us who watch and delve in this thing, this list is not making sense. However, I mean, that's not to detract from the Joker. The Joker's dope and all that jazz. But I think let's focus on.
Yeah, I'm in confusion. I don't know. 8.
Yeah.
Is Joker iconic?
Because yes, no, obviously. I mean, you throw those colors and that white face. Anyway, like he's so iconic that you can get him down to his color scheme. But like what I'm trying to say is how are we quantify, like, is this list quantified off of, I don't even know what it's quantified off of. Because I wouldn't even say impact. Because the thing is, Joker, as iconic as he is, he hasn't birthed any like villains like him, if you get what I'm saying. Like Batman birthed the Batman birthed the vigilante genre. That whole people who don't have powers but are superheroes, that's Batman. Superman is the superheroes.
Goblin sort of like a Joker knockoff of sorts?
Who?
The Green Goblin?
No, he's not Joker like. Because the thing is, in good adaptations, Norman Osborn is always a bad person who went insane. The Joker is a person who has multiple backstories. So, but the most popular version that is hypothesized is where he was a comedian who had a bad day and went crazy.
And fell into that
That's the most. Yeah,
Mm.
and fell into that chemical because Batman scared him. That's why Batman also has guilt when it comes to the Joker, because technically, in one version of the stories, he might have birthed the Joker. We don't know.
Yeah.
Even though New 52 canonized it and then decanonized it. So we're back to we don't know. But anyway, point is, like, iconic in terms of his villainy, sure. But I don't know if he has like an impact where other characters have been spawned off of him.
Fair enough.
So it feels like he's high.
Because even from his crew, when I think about it, take away Harley Quinn, I don't really remember anyone else.
Okay, but apart from what you're saying now, is there a more iconic villain than the Joker in all of comics? Like in terms of popularity and impact?
Yeah, I'm saying when we talk about impact, Doom was the
I think Doom,
inspiration
yeah,
for
I was thinking
Vader.
Doom as well.
Okay.
Doom
Okay.
was I'm saying Doom was the inspiration for Vader. So that
Yeah.
automatically means there was some impact that Doom created. I
Yeah.
don't know who the Joker has inspired, and I'm sure there's knockoffs, sure, but I'm saying like in terms of okay, he was the inspiration behind this character, and this character stuck.
Mm.
So
Mm.
8 feels high. I would probably put him at 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I would move Magneto higher than him. I'd move him
I think
down.
he's higher than Magneto because I just think he has more adaptations than Magneto.
Mm.
But I would not put him at 8. 8
I
feels,
think
and also
think
like the thing is, Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman's in like popularity is one thing because popular you can be popular today and you can be unpopular tomorrow. That thing is fickle. It changes. People are even sick of Joker at this point in terms of how exposed he is. But like the thing is, Wonder Woman kind of opened the way for female superheroes in
yeah.
comic books.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mm.
I feel like she would be higher.
Yeah. No, it's a
Just because
tough
I
one.
don't know, just because I don't know any other female superheroes before Wonder Woman. I don't.
Yeah, I agree with you actually on the Wonder Woman thing, and I was just thinking about what Zuko said about Magneto versus Joker. Magneto has a long-lasting impression on psyche because of what he believes. Um, Joker is just fun to watch. Doesn't
No,
necessarily
I mean
make.
he's got a little philosophy. I mean that's the whole thing. That's part of the eternal struggle between him and Batman. Is that he believes people are inherently bad. It's just that they haven't had a bad day yet. And Batman believes that people are inherently good no matter how many bad days they can have. So Joker's whole
That's
ethos is
from the Killing
nihilism.
Joke, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I mean, yeah, it's Killing Joke, it's Manu laughs. Like the whole thing is that he's trying to prove that when he fell into that acid, depending on if we believe that backstory or not, that yeah,
Mm.
like you're not a good person inside. You just have certain circumstances that allow you to be a good person. As soon as I
but
take those circumstances away,
hmm, but would you say that that philosophy is like it has more weight on your mind than Magneto's philosophy?
well, the thing is though, is that I would say that Magneto's philosophy it kind of ties into Joker's philosophy because the whole thing of Joker is that everybody is a monster. That's what he believes. Is that everybody walking
Mm.
around, you think you're normal, but you're a monster. And all it takes is for somebody to do something to you, and boom, you're a monster. So we get to Magneto. Something happened to him, and he's decided to be the worst version of himself possible in many scenarios, proving the Joker's theory. So when it comes to somebody like the Joker, he's representing nihilism in an entertaining aspect. So that's a huge thing that is prevalent within society. Pella, we had the whole we live in society, what. There's a lot of people walking around talking about, yeah, as soon as I have a bad day, I'll be like this guy, etc., etc. So his philosophy is ever prevailing. And that's why
No, I mean,
people get sick
he's
of
not
it.
wrong.
And
He's not wrong.
I think he's very
Hello.
wrong. Anyway,
Eita
Hey,
I
ora.
think Itaola.
I
Hi.
just,
Sure, sure.
I just mean he's
This
not
is
entirely,
hilarious.
he's entirely wrong, and Batman is not entirely wrong either. All
I
right.
think Joker is very wrong. I think Joker is very wrong. But anyway, that's just my personal thing. Anyway, my point.
Wait.
I think basically Joker's philosophy is kind of like money. You know what they say about money? It doesn't make you worse. It just exposes who you really were. And so
Yeah.
basically, Joker is just saying, because you are expected this, and then you keep to convention. But as soon as convention is not holding you, that's when we'll see the real you.
The greatest comic book villain ever?
Is he?
Oh,
No.
No. No.
Who you got over Joker?
That's what we're
Wow.
talking about, basically.
That's the thing. Every villain has his own pros and cons. For him to be the greatest comic book villain ever, it means that he holds a place that all other villains identify in him. But
Well, the
Joke,
thing is, as I was saying, Joker's whole thing is nihilism, and every villain at some point somewhere has either dabbled in some form of nihilism or they have proven not nihilistic tendencies. I would say like they've proven basically Joker's theory on people. Like every villain had something happen to them, and then that was the thing, that was their bad day, and from then on they were changed forever.
and then this, which makes him a perfect foil for Batman, who had the worst day ever, but chose a different path. That's what I'm trying to get to. That Joker is a good foil for Batman, but now if you take Joker and then you're pairing up with a different hero altogether, aka, I mean, there was a time where they did a little dry run with Superman, and Joker ultimately got bored and left. And
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the
he
thing is,
tried.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is like if we get to somebody like Superman or whatever, like Batman, Superman, was this the reason that, but I'm saying the fascination with Joker and the reason why, like when you look at him in comparison to other villains as well, is that literally his philosophy is that everything is chaos and it doesn't matter. Was basically as Alfred says, some men just want to watch the world burn.
And
Oh,
that's
that's my
yeah.
best
I and that's
That is a
exactly
horrible Michael Caine.
wow, bitch.
No, he sounded more Sean Connery than Michael Caine.
Destroy man's ego.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
No,
I'm bored.
yeah, you were like 5 seconds from saying, you were 5 seconds from saying, "Welcome to the Rock, gentlemen."
Oh my god. Who remembers that horrible Avengers movie starring Sean Connery?
Oh,
It
God.
wasn't the
That's not.
Avengers, the League of
It's called.
Extraordinary Gentleman.
Oh, League of.
No,
Yeah.
no,
where-
no, no, no. Before that, there was this movie called The Avengers. I forgot the name of it.
Oh wait,
Oh.
is it where one of them has like an umbrella or something? Oh God.
All I remember is they were wearing teddy bear suits at some point.
Okay, I'm sure I know it,
I-
but I don't remember this one.
No, if you look it up, there's other things that were called the Avengers before the Avengers.
Yes,
And good
that's
God.
that movie gave people
Is it with I think Ralph Fiennes?
or something like that. I'll look it up for you guys. Oh, anyway, that being said, coming back to the matter at hand, the Joker, like I said, the only reason the Joker is so compelling as a character is that he's paired up with a good hero, a good character like the Batman. The other characters that embody nihilism even better than the Joker does, in my opinion. Come at me, fans.
Like who?
Owlman for one. In Crisis of Two Earths. Now,
Well, the thing is, Owlman doesn't have a thing to prove, and I think
yes.
that's the difference.
Exactly, and that's why he embodies nihilism perfectly. Everything is meaningless. The only choice is to destroy everything, and that's exactly what he wanted to do.
No, but I'm saying the thing is, I think the thing that puts the Joker over him is that, like, the Joker taps into what a lot of edgelords believe in society,
Yeah,
and the
oh, what is that?
no, go ahead.
No, I get that. I just wanted to highlight that as a character, I can see how the Joker is more attractive to the edgelords, as you put it. I'm caught to being emo, but I don't know how to express myself. The disgruntled alpha male syndrome.
Wait,
Nah,
where did you
Joker's
Dread
not a.
where are we?
Nah.
Why are we now red pilling?
Joker's definitely not an alpha dog.
But I'm saying his philosophy is more often than not.
No, Joker is an
regurgitated-
alpha, but he'd laugh at alphas. The thing
Yeah.
is, Joker is a person. He's an attractive personality because that's basically how people define alphas. People will follow Joker and they'll just be like, and that time he pours acid in people's faces, and people are still like, "Yo, working for the Joker is fun." And I'm like, "What is wrong with you, dog?" But anyway,
Point being, so he does embody. He is attracted to people who have a very simplistic or rather simple definition of what nihilism is. But the guys who know what nihilism is and how great and terrible it actually is as a mindset and how dangerous it is, the people who see these people who characters that embody that extremely dangerous mindset, characters like Owlman, and surprise, surprise, the best character to reveal how destructive nihilism can be would be the first Dark Lord of the Lord of the Rings, Melkor. Perfect example. But now I'm going to deep.
How did you manage to get the Lord of the Rings into this one?
Because
yeah,
even talking to that, one of the
Because this
biggest.
is comic book characters.
one does not simply.
Yeah, no,
one
just-
does not.
One
Simply.
does
About
not
comic book
simply-
characters without including the Lord of the Rings.
No, guys,
One
no.
does not simply forget the Lord of the Rings.
I'm trying to give the audience an opportunity to try and understand how a dangerous nihilistic character can be portrayed in a sense of more than just shits and giggles and goofs, because Joker is too much into the idea of trying to prove a point to be a proper nihilist.
No, well, the thing is that because remember
Yeah.
he's trying to break, but I'm saying that's because he's in opposition to Batman. Whenever
Exactly.
Joker doesn't have, but I'm saying whenever Joker doesn't have like a thing to oppose, he's very much like, for example, there was a time where he shot all the babies in the hospital, and like this woman was trying to ask him, why did you do that? And he was like, because I thought it was funny, and he just walked off. Like there was no explosion, no elaborate trap. And then when Batman comes, it's woo, I'm going to set this up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do
Yeah.
that to match the theatrics of Batman. Because the thing is, he wants to break that guy specifically.
Yes.
Like for everybody else, he doesn't care. And that's where I think people was this, because he's just like with Batman, he's just like, dog, you're submerged in darkness. You've seen crazy stuff, but you're not doing the. I don't. Why?
Why aren't you like me?
Why aren't you crazy?
The Joker is to Batman what Lex Luthor is to Superman. Fight me.
Yeah, but the
No
thing
ways,
is that
no.
no, but the
No.
thing
But
is
no,
that Superman
Lex is
Superman
what
can
is.
whoop Lex.
Yeah. The same with Batman.
No,
Batman
Tebello's got a point.
Yeah.
Tebello's got a point.
Batman has every opportunity to kill this man. And even if he did kill this man, everyone was like, yeah, makes absolute sense. And now Batman is just holding on to his. Let me not get into my.
Okay, I'll explain that. But
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, when it comes to the jealousy part, the
Yeah.
reason why I'm saying he agrees with is because Joker hates each and every one of the Robins. He hates them so much. He will set up elaborate schemes. He blew up Jason. He tried to off the entire Bat family because he's like, this is between you and me. Who are these other people?
And to go back to your other point, I don't know if you guys mentioned this before I popped in, because I've just got. If I'm repeating myself, if I'm repeating a point you guys made, sorry viewers, but if when you mentioned how lame, how the Joker doesn't care when it comes to anyone else except for the Batman, it's very interesting that there's a movie which does feature a Joker, but there's no Batman to be found anywhere, and now people are beginning to complain about it like it's crazy.
Why are you just thinking?
It's quite interesting.
It's making money. I
Oh,
mean,
Oh, but you guys know that there are Joker comics, right? Like where it's just like by himself and stuff.
Yeah, but
Nothing
I'm
new.
saying in those comics, if you read it, he's not like how he is in the Batman comics. Like he's spiteful, but it's not fun and games.
He's not the clown
Like that
prince
one
of
comic.
crime.
No, like that one comic he did when that guy hit on Harley Quinn and he basically skinned him. There was no like gag that came along with it. He just skinned the bro.
Yeah.
So
Well, I didn't
like
know about that. I was just referring to like the old ones, but But yeah.
Anyway, just moving
then
on.
they have to make
Just
a
to quickly
mythical.
cover, just to quickly cover the Batman killing thing. The thing is with Batman, like unlike other heroes, especially like if you get to your Punishers, and even if we go to your Black Panthers or whatever, that's a very different story. The thing is with Batman and Gotham, Batman has to believe Gotham can be saved, and Joker represents the worst in Gotham.
Yes.
But he also is supposedly a mental patient as well. So Batman has to believe this bra can come back. He has to believe that everybody in his rogues gallery can come back. That they are just broken individuals mentally, and that if they get the rehabilitation they need, they can come back. That's what his belief is. That's why he doesn't want to kill any of these guys.
And
The problem is the Gotham justice system
it's so corrupt.
seems to always let these people go all the time. No,
Or they
corruption
escape.
is one thing. Corruption is one thing, but they just never seem to be able to try any one of these people and just say that, look, Batman, I understand, Chief, but we gotta get this bra out of here. Like you tried. It's not up to Batman. I'm saying it's not up to Batman to decide which one of his rogues gallery must live and die because he's a vigilante. If he starts doing it, it's wild, wild west and problems in Gotham
I think
everywhere.
you're right. I think it's just that we don't know the constitution of Gotham City. You know what I mean?
Constitution.
No, I'm saying the thing is they haven't introduced like I'm saying Gotham as a state in the DC universe has never introduced like the death penalty to that or I don't know, Gotham as a
Yes, that's
city,
my
but the
point.
state that Gotham is in, they've never like said, okay, now we need to authorize the death penalty or whatever the case is. And I'm saying
Exactly.
that Jim Gordon has killed people in front of Batman before in self-defense. Like he had no choice, he had to pull the trigger, and there was no chance. And Batman just said, "You did what you had to do."
Yeah.
For Batman as a person, he believes he always has options. That's why he's trained himself so much. He's built so much gear, etc., etc. He never wants to say that I was in a position where I was forced. Because even if you see it in the animated series with Terry McGinnis, right? The reason why he put the suit away is because the first time he was outclassed physically, what did he do? He reached for a gun. And he was like, I'm going to shoot this person. And he's like, I can't be Batman anymore because apparently I don't have it anymore. And if I'm doing stuff like this, it means that it's over. Because I was going to kill somebody in
And Terry
self-defense
kills,
and I
by
should
the
be
way.
Batman.
Terry kills.
Wait, who did Terry kill?
If you watch that series again, you'll realize that there are a lot of casualties that
Where?
under Terry.
I love
Watch
this
season
Batman.
1.
I love this.
We're gonna
Batman
review.
discussion.
We're gonna review it. You'll see. Just
Well,
viewers, just pin this episode when we review.
I'm trying to remember.
I can't
Because
remember as well.
because Batman would take hella
I
issue.
promise you, bro, that thing was something I noticed even when I was in high school, that this nigga does not play. He kills.
Anyway,
We're gonna have anyway. Moving on, back to this.
back to my.
He's too high. He's too high. I'd put him at 10, 11, not 8. And I wouldn't put him over Wonder Woman. I wouldn't put him over Wonder Woman.
No, I wouldn't put him over Wonder Woman. I wouldn't put him over. Okay, but
Again, I don't even like Wonder Woman. Like I'm just gonna say to the not even I don't like Wonder Woman. Let me not say that. I've read some of her stuff and I was not impressed. Maybe there's other runs people can point me to, but I think as a character, she just did too much for the comic book industry for her to be as low as she is on this list.
I mean, anyway, before I go into a tirade about this, the Joker, he does deserve to be this list. I have to conclude with that. I wouldn't put him in the top 10. The other great characters out there, but that be said, it's kind of ironic that he's ranked so highly after a movie flopped in his honor. That's all I'm going to say as a bit.
Well, when did this list drop?
2019. Zuko, what do you think?
I literally have nothing else to add, bro. Like my Jitaba covered really everything.
Okay.
Like I said at the beginning, I think the Joker is more popular than anything because Batman is that popular. So because of that, that's probably what influenced his his high ranking. It's because honestly, now that you've broken down his Nihilism and stuff, it's like, oh, light bulb moment type of thing, you know? Like, but when you watch Joker, you were just like, oh man, this dude is crazy, man. This dude is crazy. He just be doing stuff. Like,
And shout out to Mark Hamill's performance.
Yeah, I don't feel like his philosophy was like beaten into us so that we understood it. And so I think he's just up here because of his popularity.
I mean, Dark Knight. The reason why it was
Oh
so
yeah, no,
impactful is because
I was speaking more on the comics, on the cartoons.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't do it. They didn't do it a lot in the cartoons. I mean, you get
Yeah,
shades. You get shades of it in Batman the Animated Series. You get shades of it here and there. You get the and also he is terrifying. Like he does do money things and money schemes, but you do get the sense that he is terrifying. So they get, but like I think in certain like if you read a comic book called The Man Who Laughs, and it's basically based on the guy who was the inspiration for the Joker. You get a very good sense of who this person of who the Joker is as a character. And I mean also stuff like Killing Joke and Death in the Family and all of that stuff.
Was he not in Halloween?
Yeah, he was in Long Halloween, but he wasn't really a feature. Like Long Halloween was more about the holiday. About holiday than it was about a holiday is a serial killer. He kills people on holidays. Calendar Man took offense.
How
Can you
dare
guys hear
you?
me?
We can hear you.
Wow, Calendar Man. If I had a name like that, I might be a serial killer as well. It's like, what are you saying?
But
Okay,
that's
everybody just froze on me.
Yeah, I think we all just froze because I also. But like, just in conclusion, I think he's more here in terms of popularity than his impact as a character.
Yeah.
That's my take on it because, like I said, bar the Dark Knight, you don't really you get snippets of his philosophy, but in all the media I've consumed of Joker, my first thought was always like, hey, lo mjito uyahlanya. It wasn't like, okay, hey, lo mjito lo uya preacher, you know? Yeah.
Let's get one thing straight.
Okay.
Okay, maybe it's a controversial opinion, but the Joker really made the Dark Knight films the epic.
That's not controversial. That's like basic. That's
No, because I know there are
Batman Begins was good.
Not the trilogy, the one.
No, but you're saying the Dark Knight, like
No, I said films, so.
Oh, the whole films.
Of the three, I'm talking about all those three Christopher Nolan type films. If it wasn't for Heath Ledger's The Joker, I doubt it would have been any. People would care as much as they do about the Joker as they do now. As much as I love Mark Hamill's performance, he's still my favorite Joker.
No, I mean you also had the Batman Arkham games as well because they did a lot with the Joker in there.
True, but
I get what you're saying. The cinema nerds,
nothing pops the edgelord's boner harder than quoting the Joker. Like everybody loses their minds. You just see.
What is with you and edgelords tonight? What clip did you see that got you riled up?
I'm in my edgelord spirits. Let me guess. I'm being hormonal today.
He's is that anime hoodie of his?
Yes.
Oh, I think you saw a tape clip or something because this man is edge loading everything.
Anyway, I think in conclusion should be on the list, but he's a bit too high.
Yeah. Okay. Who's next? Who was number 9?
All right.
9 was
number 9 was Magneto.
Oh,
Judge
Dredd.
Do not tell me that number 7 is.
Like I said Judge Dredd is gonna be because there was a point in time we hadn't seen him, and we saw all these other that we didn't even know. No, this is way too high. Judge Dredd should be in the 50s. I barely know that. If it wasn't for the Sylvester Stallone movie, I wouldn't know this guy. This is way too high.
I don't want to say it. You're a big boy. You're a big boy. Don't say this. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Tebello. Tebello.
That's the point of the podcast. I didn't break the law. I am the law.
Oh God. Anyway, and I'm just remembering that wonderful performance by by what's his name, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Every time I see Dredd, I just remember that part where he goes on the intercom, "Mama, I'm coming for you, Mama." And I was like, "This is how Mama issue started."
What?
This is how Mama issue started.
Guys,
I don't remember that scene.
Judge.
No, but
Dredd.
this is way
Number
too high.
7.
It's one of the. This is what, like I told you, this is some very sad, some very angry person at Empire Magazine who's been reading comics for most of his life. And
Is there even any Judge Dredd ongoings right now? I just need to Google this. Does Judge Dredd have anything new?
Any new releases of Judge Dredd?
While you're still Googling it, I did a quick Google. I found that movie you're talking about, Tebello, the Avengers one. It's a 1998 movie with Sean Connery, Uma Thurman, and Ralph Fiennes.
Yes,
Guess what the character names was? Ralph Fiennes was John Steed, and Uma Thurman's was Emma Peel. How very grown up of them.
You know?
Okay, so Judge Dredd does. He still has an ongoing. Okay, he's still going on. He's on volume 45.
Look, guys. This is, okay.
What is he doing though?
But
I have to read it.
What about 45?
No, I'm saying apparently he's on volume 45 of his comics. So Judge Dredd still does have ongoing stuff. Apparently he's still going on. Yeah, but we're talking more iconic than Joker.
No,
not even
Magneto.
Not even more iconic than Doom.
More iconic than
Wonder Woman.
Than Lex Luthor, than Hal Jordan.
I think what I'm trying to...
Even Deadpool is waxing Judge Dredd in terms of popularity.
What I want to get into this... I'm trying to peer into this man's mindset is that he's trying...
Hey, we don't know if it's a man. Don't misgender. Into their mindset.
I'm defining man as the trait of the definition of the human species.
Hey, the people in your council will take offense.
Oh no, they can, but they also know me full well enough that it's not my fault that we also took we assign the definition of gender to also to be the definition of the species as well. We did give us a new title. Anyway, I just want to say the individual who created this, I think they're trying to highlight the comic knowledge depth outside of Marvel and DC, and they're trying to make the argument that if you don't know these characters, you're not really a true by blood comic fanatic. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm sensing in this list.
Comic snobs. Okay.
There you go. That's
comic snobby.
I would have said that. I would have said that, but I think that was too offensive after I've identified that this person may have a penis. So
I get you. It's not like we're expecting 15 DC, 15 Marvel, 5 Image, 5 Dark Horse. No. But this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying your placement on the list. How are you judging this? Because remember, like I said, there's a lot of characters that I'm not consuming a lot of their content. Wonder Woman is a perfect example of this. I've read her tangentially, and she's a fine character.
Tangentially.
Yeah, I re-upped on my English bundles, guys.
Okay, yay!
I bought another package. So, I mean, I've read her, but like not like the most I've engaged with her was when in the New 52
Sorry?
era. The most I've engaged with Wonder Woman is the New 52 era.
Mm.
And some of that stuff was okay. And then other stuff I was just like, all right, you know, what it is. But to deny her impact on the comic book industry is just nuts. Like Judge Dredd, there's nobody that I can point to where there's a okay, Judge Dredd birthed this person, or Judge Dredd created
Yeah.
this way for this person, or this character rather,
Mm.
or Judge Dredd opened the industry to this type of character,
Yeah.
or what everything. Judge Dredd, to me, to my knowledge, he hasn't done that on a large scale, and I've read a lot of comic books.
Wait. Who inspired RoboCop?
Would that be Dredd?
Or Cyborg.
No, I don't think it's Cyborg.
Or that
No, but
annoying.
that can't be Dredd. Maybe.
Or
I
that
mean, I
annoying
can see it with
Superman.
the visor. Maybe.
Oh, and wasn't
Whoa.
RoboCop inherently his own system, his own creation?
I think RoboCop
He was, but it was inspired, but like the creators were inspired by something, if I remember correctly.
okay.
Okay, but I mean, even if Dredd has inspired RoboCop, RoboCop was hot in like the 80s and then fell off.
That's what I'm trying to get to. And correct me if I'm wrong, dear reader, or dear viewer. For me, Judge Dredd was like the precursor to like the grim dark series thought genre. Almost, he's like one of the ingredients because he's inherently fascist. He's judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think from my understanding on many of these storylines, they're not necessarily like you end up closing the book having a happy feeling. It's one of those, okay, yeah, maybe I am on my edgelord periods. I don't know what's going on because I'm going to refer to edgelords for the entire episode. It says we should just call this episode Tebello on his edge. Tebello edges edgelords.
Oh God. I was gonna say Tebello on the edge, but okay.
Yeah, so I don't get it. I think what I'd appreciate from this article perhaps is a little more detail into why into why they're substantiating their position or why they're in this position and in this point in time. And maybe they do. Guys, I've got the ADHD. I ain't got time to read a full dissertation.
No, but I mean, if we're talking like it's the same thing as when we were talking about the movies. It was just like when you're talking about the 50 greatest or whatever the case is. Like, for example, if I want to say the greatest rappers of all time or whatever, right? And I don't want to put Jay-Z on my list. As much as I don't listen to Jay-Z, he would have to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right.
So for me with Judge Dredd, it's just like I know him, but over the iconography of all the other characters we listed, nah, I don't see it.
You're saying, Extrodin?
I was just saying, I see here it says that he was inspired by Judge Dredd and Iron Man, to name a few. RoboCop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember reading this like a long
Wait,
time.
yeah, Judge Dredd over Iron Man?
Oh God.
Doesn't make sense, dog.
Over Captain America?
Over freaking Thor.
The Punisher.
Where's Thor? Where's Wolverine?
Yeah.
Where is Wolverine? Where is
Okay,
Storm?
maybe let's take the next one. Maybe
Where's
he might be
T'Challa?
T'Challa's
I
not
don't think
making
T'Challa's
this
on this
list.
list.
Wabon.
I don't think T'Challa's making this list.
Okay, let
Number
me just
6, Dream of the Endless. Sandman.
Wow, am I surprised? Okay, can you just scroll up quickly? I just want to check how detailed the explanations are. Okay. Desperate man, blah blah blah. Like a cow-eating cowboy is a violent, deranged, but inherently decent take on the concept of the right-thinking American hero. From for writers strips is coming up with villains so unreasonable that the drag looks good, but they managed the trick with Judge Dredd. Huh? Okay. Trademark stubby chin.
No,
Shiny
this is
helmet.
just telling us about the character. You're not
That's what I'm trying to see. Because I haven't read this article in detail. I'm
He
trying
hasn't
to remember.
justified anything.
Yeah, so where's the justification? Why is he number 7? I wanted to see that reason, but I don't see it in this explanation.
And I'm like, if it's
He
about
literally
that
just
whole,
explains who the character is. In all
and I'm
these things I've seen, he just explains the character. He doesn't explain Judge Dredd is iconic because he introduced A, he was the first one to do B. He in his comic panels, they flipped him this way, so the people went crazy for them. He does nothing. He just says Judge Dredd, he was born here, he did this, he kills people. Like,
That okay, no, it's fine. Let's move on. Thank you.
and like I mean, there's one line where it's talking about how certain people are attracted to certain types of fascism. But if we're gonna go down that route, Punisher does it better than, to me, I
Punisher
guess.
would be a better choice than Judge Dredd.
To me, because what I'm saying is that Judge Dredd, he operates within a system that allows him to do what he wants. When we get to Punisher, Punisher is going against the grain in imposing his fascism in a world that should not allow for it. So that's a much more interesting struggle than in a world where you're allowed to do such, and there's somebody who's just crazier than you. So I don't know, Judge Dredd fans, you're not the law. I'm sorry.
Anyway. Dream of the Endless.
Okay, number 6. Dream of the
The embodiment of the collective unconsciousness.
But again, like, we're talking about iconography here, in my opinion. Like, that has to be part of this list. And I'm like, over Doom?
That's what I'm trying to. Anyway, Empire, you need to work on your writing skills. Honest to God, if you
Like,
can, if
like,
you, who? Okay,
like, you should have just said my favorite 150 characters of all time or something. I would have respected you more. But like this, I don't understand this list.
Let me keep my opinions to myself. I'm gonna get people to come. I'm gonna get people to attack this channel and start my show. So let me just shut up. Yeah.
Until the was it the Netflix or until the Netflix series, to me, Dream was literally the Sandman. He was a kind old man who just sprinkled sand on you, and you go to sleep.
Yeah.
I did not know about Dream.
Mr. Sandman, dream me your dream.
Okay, there's two versions of the Sandman in DC Comics. So I think you are talking about the guy who wears a mask.
No, not even.
Like, remember, he's a folklore tale. Like, the Sandman's existed forever.
Yeah.
And DC just Neil Gaiman specifically just did what he wanted to do with that lore because it's a open it's a anyone can use it IP. It's one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't have literally, that's the only thing I can say about it. I don't have anything else to say. How is he even on the list? This is probably one of the least known characters.
Okay, so
like for him to be higher than someone like Spawn. Let's be real, guys. People knew Spawn more than people knew about the Dream of the Endless. Because yes, there were movies that were released and stuff like that. There was a movie, but still, the fan base of
still iconic. That movie is a cult classic.
Yeah. It's classically bad, but
the fan base.
Cult classics doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's a cult, and you know what they say about cults.
That's why I'm still in the group that Fight Club was never good, guys. That's why it's a cult classic. Fight me on that.
Take him to the Fight Club for real.
Yeah, like 1v1 me, it's fine. We can go. Take me to your which ironic. I'll explain why ironic offline. Anyway, that being said, Dream of the Endless, I can understand it had its following. It's like when you're a Terry Pratchett fan and you like characters like the death of the Terry Pratchett universe of the Discworld. He has a fan base. But it's such a niche fan base because of things like some sweet little movies that come out once in a while, or these awesome books. The same the same mindset can be applied to things like the Endless Cycle, the Dream of the Endless, and all these other things. Sure, it does lend itself a little bit in the DC universe. I've heard. Is that true? Can someone explain that to me?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, because it, like, from what I've read, it
Yes.
felt very separate.
Mm.
But I
So
don't know.
I think I've spoken about this a few times. So there is a DC. There was a vertical imprint
Mm.
under DC, right? I think it started in the early 90s. So you had characters like Preacher, that's where it comes from. It's DC. Constantine, Hellblazer, that's
Mhm.
another one. And then you had Sandman as well, to name a few. There are also others, including Lucifer, Shade, the Changing Man. So yes, he is under DC.
Mm.
That's why some people said that the Lucifer show that people love so much, it's DC. But the
Because
Lucifer in the Sandman series, the Netflix one, was the more comic book accurate version of the character
well,
than
the
the
more because even in the Marvel in the DC universe, there is a conversation where the Lucifer was a guy.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's this beautiful discussion where Lucifer is like he's sick and tired of this thing. I mean, he's like literally the gates of hell are open, and these people like literally gave up their guilt and they could have easily left a long time ago. But it's a very beautiful panel where it ultimately ends up with Lucifer deciding, you know what, here are the keys of hell. I'm out. I'm going to take a holiday. He gives the keys of hell to Dream.
Was it in Hellblazer or was it in Sandman?
I forgot the name. And then Azazel decides to challenge Dream for it. And Dream ends up trapping him in a bottle or something. It's so funny. Oh well, funny for me. The law was like, oh my god, you must take this so seriously. I don't care. That being said, like, guys, if it wasn't for the fact of the Dream series that came out recently and all these things, would any of us actually know about the Endless?
No, like
do,
that's
because I
what I'm
didn't.
saying. Like
I don't know what's-
yeah, like as a comic book head, I've come into contact with the Dream, but
Mm.
not over Doom. I'm sorry.
No,
Not over
definitely
Doom,
not.
not over characters like the Fantastic Four, not over T'Challa,
So
over Magneto, over. I'm trying to understand the characteristic because I can understand how just because yes, Dream, and the other characters of the other characters of the Endless are extremely powerful. I think that just short of being one of the most OP characters in the entire in the comic universes,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
agree on that. So on a power scaling, I do understand why they'd be like this high up if they had to put up a power scaling. There are other more
But
powerful
we're not
beings,
but I'm
but
saying we're not dealing with power scaling because Joker is number 8.
like Joker's number
So
8. So what impact does this character have? So yeah, does it deserve to be on this list, guys?
I don't know. I
Maybe
mean,
top
again,
200. Maybe top
I don't even
200.
think it like I don't even think he should make top 50, honestly.
No, over
Yeah.
Spawn. That's the other thing. I mean, people we were wondering why Spawn was even on the list, and now I've got Dream of the Endless. I think there was an episode ago where I described all the incredibly crazy family they have. Look, I mean, shout out to Netflix. Your guys killed another live adaptation, right? So like, good job. That thing I was watching it again recently. I was having
And
a break.
somehow they managed to renew it for a second season because Netflix loves making a good first season and canceling the show.
Uzoba shame. It's very got to cancel because of this Neil Gaiman nonsense. But that being said, the things about the Dream Lord and how the story ends also is another thing that gets me going. Like, why would you even put this in the list when you know the ending of the story? Anyway,
next.
hashtag no spoilers.
Yeah, this top 10 is not giving.
It's like being
Spider-Man number 5.
surprise. Where's the
Okay.
picture?
Do they not have a picture of Spider?
There's literally just on live movies. There's literally 3 Spider-Mans you could choose. Like
Oh, guys, it's my network. It's not them, it's me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, no.
Because I was about to say, how do you have a picture of Dream when you don't have a picture of
refresh, Chief, refresh. Oh,
Oh,
there
there
we
he
go.
is. Yeah.
Yo, I was about to die.
if this is the most BDSM picture I've ever seen.
Wow.
Really?
Really?
You know what? I don't
This
know.
How is this?
There's no ropes, Chief. He's on a wall.
What are you talking about?
It's so. It's so. I don't know how to put it into words.
Is
No,
it the
was
muscle
just-
definition, Chief?
It was just
Is it the
drawn by
muscle
someone who
definition?
really,
And
yeah, it's just someone who really loves anatomy, though. That's just what it is.
like
Anatomy.
all I can say is I can see why Deadpool has a crush on him now.
Okay.
Yeah, usually artists who like drawing anatomy like showing unnecessary parts sometimes. It's like, yeah, we know you love,
Like,
I don't know,
sheesh, damn it!
So-
Like,
showing
and-
certain body parts, but
and
it's
why
not
is he
necessary.
so low? Oh, he's climbing up a wall, but still, I mean.
Do you need a moment, Tebello? Do you need a cigarette?
Those deltoids are chopping him, Chief.
Not again. Like,
I
Guys,
mean,
I think
okay.
Tebello needs a cigarette.
Spider-Man deserves to be on this list. That's for sure.
absolutely.
That's one we can agree
I'm
with.
surprised.
We
I'm
can
surprised they didn't put thingy. I'm surprised they didn't put Miles Morales on the list somewhere. But yeah, it's good to see Peter Parker's here.
Yeah.
5.
No, I actually agree with his position.
Mm.
In this case, it's the only time
I don't know who's number 4.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm gonna find out. Who are these top 4?
Because the thing is, like, the things that Spider-Man has created, like Spider-Man, Peter Parker specifically, he's the only reason that teenage superheroes exist. Teenage superheroes didn't exist before Peter Parker.
Okay,
Teenage Solo. Let me be fair. Teenage Solo superheroes, because Dick Grayson was the first teenage superhero, but what's this? Peter Parker was the first like teenage solo superhero who didn't have any supervision or anything. He had to figure it out all by himself. He didn't have Batman.
Yes.
Unsupervised.
Unsupervised mind. I think he should be number 3. I think he should be number 3, not number 5.
That's how I feel.
Because we all know the first 2 will be, but I think number 3 at least.
Oh no, who the first 2 should be? We don't know yet.
Let's scroll down.
Yeah.
Because
we don't have a lot to say.
Yeah, no, I think you should top 3 because
for sure.
Like outside of other important IPs, he's the biggest IP Marvel ever had. I know. Come at me once again. I'm in the battle mood today. I don't know what's wrong with my hormones.
Him
and the Hulk. Yes, I know the other more interesting stories like the X-Men and. We can go.
No, Spider-Man was waxing the X-Men in terms of sales for a very long time.
And one of the top reasons is that his mask covered his face, so every single teenage kid could identify as himself as this character. We don't see a white man wearing we don't see a white man.
He had a lot of problems as well.
Yeah, and he also he had a lot of problems. He had bills to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bills to pay. He had rent due. He was being evicted every other second day. His aunt was busy sending him messages like, "Hey, Kopon only left 50 rand more." Like I need someone to go pick up a medication, and then at the same time going to pick up the medication, Dr. Octopus is busy holding.
Those issues used to stress me. That's like part of those issues used to stress me. I'd be reading it and I'm like, bruh, he needs to go get this medicine whenever you wanna start tearing up the city. And the thing is, like, he has to, like, now he's fighting on the clock. Like, Spider-Man is like, dog, I have to beat this guy within 20 minutes, and then here comes the Rhino. And then it's like, I'm gonna.
And all this time, you're just seeing that Spider-Man is holding back because at one moment, and this is where he shows Spider-Man is a better hero than I'll ever be, because when you find out that he's been holding back this entire time, my loved ones, like if your moms or dads were in hospital and they needed this medication and it was up to you to go get it, and then these people are interfering with you, how many of them would you put them into a casket? Let's be honest, kids. This is a safe space.
Okay, don't say kids, adults. Yes, we would have gotten rid of them a long Come on, bro.
No, one of my favorite comic books. I don't know if you guys ever read it.
Anyway.
It was the fallout from the Civil War storyline called Back in Black, where he basically grabs Kingpin by his skin, and he's like, "Chief,
Yeah,
you think you're a superhuman? I've been chilling because I didn't want to have to hurt you."
Oh, wait. When he goes in jail, when he goes to jail, no?
Yeah.
And beats him there. Is that the
Tell away, he
and
takes off the
Peter
when he
Parker.
yeah, he takes off the mask and he's like, "I'm not here to kill you. I'm here to kill you." He
Peter
took off the
Parker
mask.
Gave him the biggest beating of his life.
hey, bro?
Muna, how you grab somebody by their chest, bruh? By their skin. He grabbed Kingpin like it was a shirt.
Yo,
Crazy.
Excess.
But anyway, number 4, Wolverine.
Wolverine over Spider-Man. No.
And let's fight.
No.
No, I
Swap
think
it.
this is a popularity, not
Swap
an
it.
impact thing.
Not
Swap
even a
it.
popularity thing.
It can't be.
Let's go.
Spider-Man
Wow.
is
I-
was waxing Wolverine in terms of popularity. There's not even a
Are you-
contest.
Are you
Okay,
going to-
let me clarify when I say popularity. Wolverine since the movies came out, and Spider-Man since the movies came out. Who has had more hype in terms of their movies?
Oh, Spider-Man, dog.
No.
Spider-Man, Chief.
Okay.
No. It's. I think what Zuko's trying to imply is that what I can get what Zuko's trying to imply. What the problem in this argument is, the Spider-Man films were winding down when the X-Men films were picking up. If you
Guys,
pay-
do you remember?
If you pay attention to the timeline, no.
Guys, do you remember the clip when Iron Man was like, "On the roof"? Like the first time we saw the trailer, and then we saw Spider-Man holding Cap's shield, and I was like, "Hey, everybody, do you remember the craze, the rave?"
I understand that. I'm talking about my Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Is that like after, if you pay attention to the life cycle?
I understand what you're saying, Tebello,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying if we go into recent times, remember, like Spider-Man was in every Avengers movie doing something, and people are like, "Oh my God, it's Spider-Man!" And then
after Civil War, the unofficial Avengers.
Sad, yeah.
No, look, I'm saying we can say it was sad, but people were still there to see Spider-Man. No, regardless of how we feel of those movies, and those movies made money. Far From Home made $1 billion, and for me, it was an average movie. Like, it was fine.
Facts.
It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't great. It was just fine. And then we get to No Way Home, $2 billion, gangbusters at the box office, and again, it was fine. It was a fine movie. It's fine. It's not like they could have done so much better.
Mr. Buckmeister,
Yeah.
define gangbusters.
$2 billion.
Oh,
Chief.
wait, Tebello, wait. I have a question for you guys.
Oh, come on. That's on you. That
What
is
in the
your fault.
dick is wrong with you, Tebello?
That's your fault.
But you said
Aye, that's your fault. Aye. That's a film term. That's Zuko.
I know blockbusters as a film term, but gangbusters.
Yo, guys, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could keep one movie, in existence between these two, which one would it be? X2 or Spider-Man 2?
Oh,
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. No.
Spider-Man 2.
Which? Oh no, wait. Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man 2?
No, Raimi. That's Raimi.
The one with Dr. Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. I love you, Magneto. I love you. I love. You don't have the idea how much I love Ian McKellen's performance in the X-Men, but still, in a blink of an eye, I would delete that movie from existence if I could keep Spider-Man.
The train sequence alone, dude. The train sequence alone.
Okay.
It's no contest.
Okay. So wait. So all of you say Spider-Man 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your answer then.
He's supposed to. You are right about him.
Swap them. He should not. Wolverine should be 5.
Now, are you going to tell me, Mr. Everybody, members of this esteemed council right now, are you gonna tell me that this list was written by someone who identifies as anything other than a penis-wielding man?
But we are also penis wielding men. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
there's a screaming edgelord from the beginning to end. I'm sorry.
It could. I mean, edgelord could be a person. It could be edgelord individual. We don't know. Like
I know,
they could be vagina wielding. We don't know.
This is Red
Okay,
State.
so we
MAGA
all agree that
wielding.
Wolverine should be number 5, right?
5.
5 at best. Could have been in the top 10.
And then we agree that Spider-Man should be number 3.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Who is number 3? Who's number 3?
Constantine at number 3. Hellblazer.
Constantine.
Wait,
Guys, I told you this before. You know who this guy reminds me of? Whoever wrote this. They remind me of like people who would say, if you want to watch manga, watch Berserk. Or rather read Berserk. Read Bond.
If you really want to get an educated influence, okay, you Tebello, no, keep your demons at bay.
Look, this is how bad you know this is. Constantine is a member of the council, and even Tebello's like, no, I refuse. Constantine is a full-blown member of the council. He's one of the most popular bi characters of all time, and even Tebello's like, oh.
I think even Zatanna should have been here. You know what I mean?
Wait,
Scarlet Witch.
There's so many other powerful. Scarlet Witch destroyed all the mutants. Come on, there's
No, remember, we're not going by power scaling. We're not doing this by power scaling. This is not a battle board. This is talking about 50 of the greatest characters of all time.
I think it's because he's a magic user. That's why I thought of those characters.
Dr. Fate would have been.
No, but like, guys, Constantine is a great character, and like he was also great in Justice League Dark. There's that hilarious joke that he had with King Shark, where him and King Shark were exes, and it was just like, yeah, you know that sharks like how they get down. So I don't know how that worked out.
I'm convinced.
Wait, guys, was the Flash on here?
Nope.
Nope.
The Flash. In fact.
Then the Flash must be 2 then. Oh.
Like, look.
Wait, if the Flash hasn't been on here.
How many Justice League characters have been on there?
We've got Hal Jordan. We've got Wonder Woman.
Are you referring to the top 7 or just any Justice League member?
The top
any
7.
Justice League member.
No, didn't Captain Atom make the list?
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is that how
Black Canary didn't make the list. Green Arrow?
Look.
No, he didn't make the list.
Fish Boy didn't make it on the list.
Aquaman, no.
Guys, I want to see 1 and 2 here.
Constantine, guys.
Constantine over characters like Deadpool, over characters like
Doom.
Over characters like, for the heaven's sake, I gotta tell me that there are more people. There are more people that more fight me once again on this. That I see there are more Lex Luthor fans than there are John Constantine fans.
Spider-Man.
Over Spider. This is a Republican who made this.
No, I don't think so. They have to be a Democrat because Rainbow.
They don't even know. I'll be surprised if you found out that you do know he's bi, right? What?
He's off the list.
Reed Richards is not here. Sue Storm is not here.
None of the thing. I think the thing was.
No, the thing made the list.
The thing was here.
John Constantine over the thing.
But of all the other characters.
Over Hulk.
Yo, but over Hulk.
No. Of all the Incredible 4 is the thing.
Storm hasn't made this list, guys. Storm has
Storm,
not made this list.
Not the only mutant.
Cyclops.
Yo, aye.
Emma
Wow.
Frost made the list.
Beast.
Storm didn't make the list.
Beast. Rogue.
Beast, Rogue. Yo,
John Constantine Buffett. Yo.
Cable, Bishop. Look, I'm still stuck on the X-Men. Let's move
Vendel
on.
Seven. Russell Gould.
Guys,
Bane. Poison Ivy.
Dr. Freeze.
yo,
Magog.
the fucking Riddler. Where is he?
Brainiac.
Brainiac. Like,
Darkseid.
Darkseid hasn't made this list either. Wow.
Anyway.
This is me giving up, guys.
Yeah,
Who's
nah,
number
Right.
three?
I feel like Doctor.
not
I
biased.
feel like
I've just given up.
members of the Smiths should have been here.
let me guess. If I hazard a guess, it's going to be a subversion of some sort. Or supposedly the first two would be either number one is going to be Batman.
It can only be Batman and Superman.
It should be. It should be, but
let's
Otoba
see.
never took a bag.
Let's see.
Otoba,
Let's
it's
see.
gonna be someone else just for shits and giggles.
Let's go. Who's number two?
Batman.
Okay.
Can't
Okay.
really argue against this. There's no argument.
Yeah, same. This is the character that gave every single kid. Woo, Tebello, no. Oh, sorry. I was about to say something.
Tebello was on some like, hey, each one.
Yeah. Hold it.
Yeah, otherwise every single orphan out there was gonna come after me.
Cast it into the fire.
No. Whoa, wait.
Orphans are about to be like, don't cheat.
I mean, this guy's rogues gallery
Tebello,
alone, his
Cast
utility
it
belt
into the
alone,
fire. Sorry.
I was
his
about to say it.
backstory alone, the Batmobile, Batcave.
This one I'm fine with. Wolverine, no. Constantine, hell no. Hell blazing, no.
Dream of the Endless. This list has made me feel like how I felt after episode 8 of Ahsoka.
None of the Robins are here.
None of the Robins are here. Are you telling me Tim Dredd? Who's Red Skull? Before I screw up the names.
It's Captain America.
That's Captain America. Red Skull.
No, not Skull.
Red Hood. Red Hood. Yeah, Jason Todd.
Jason
Todd. Jason Todd's supposed to be on this list. His cultural impact. If you're gonna put the Joker on the top 10, we can't leave one of Joker's greatest crimes.
Even Oracle should have been here.
Phew.
Anyway,
Look, I get it. Maybe they can't fill the list with the Bat Family, but the people that they picked, I don't understand.
Yeah, I have queries
like
about them.
Grendel.
Where's Asterix?
Grendel.
If you put Obelisk in this list, where's Asterix?
like
You said-
Creature,
you said-
put the feature on there.
you said-
Creature is so niche.
you said Captain Haddock shouldn't be here. Tintin should be here. There's no Tintin here, Chief. Come on, number
Yo.
2.
Number one, Tintin. Surprise! Asterix!
Asterix.
Superman,
wow.
aka Chuck, yeah. The OG superhero.
Surprise.
Well, not
Mhm.
really. I mean, Phantom and the Spirit, I think they came before him or something like that. But yeah, he took it to the next level.
a lot, but going with distance and elevating Superman from the run of flying cape super guys to what? Woo, hey, dissertation, too many words.
Now you explain. I don't understand your other choices.
I really don't care. At this point, this was to be expected, but who really cares at this point? The disappointment level.
Only
Mhm.
one
And
X-Men made this list.
Only one
I'm
X-Men made this
surprised.
list.
And it's Emma Frost. Like,
It's
two.
Wolverine.
No,
yeah.
Wolverine.
Oh no, two of them.
No, Emma Frost.
Wait, how did Emma Frost get on the list before Storm?
No, but also
Republican. I am telling you.
Magneto, wait, Magneto counts as an X-Men, right? So
It's
it's
on
three.
and off.
He's a mutant.
He
He's
counts
on
as
and
a
off.
mutant.
Ella, are you telling me this top list? Are there any women in the top 10?
No,
Yeah, that's top 10. Wait,
Who?
I don't
Wait,
think so. It's
who?
what? It's Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Wolverine,
Constantine, for some reason.
oh, 10 is the thing. 9 is Magneto.
Magneto,
8 is the Joker.
the
7
Thing,
is Judge Dredd. 6
Judge
Sandman.
Dredd,
5 Spider-Man. 4
the
Wolverine. No, there are no women, Chief.
And are you gonna tell me this was written by this was there was a
They
woman
should have
who wrote
replaced Constantine with Wonder Woman. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
this was written by a phallus holder who was trying to enlarge his appendage.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not even on.
Yo, hi, Zuko. You took out 2 loans for that English bundle.
Yeah, like there's
Okay,
one.
guys. I have a quick one for you guys. Maybe let's just give each other top 5s quickly. Your top 5. If you had your top 5.
My personal top 5, or are we
Okay.
talking top 5s in terms of they have to be impactful and what?
Your personal one, it's fine.
Okay.
It's gonna
Since
be
clearly
personal either way.
This journalist clearly made a personal top 5.
Okay.
Okay,
I know it's gonna be a tough one.
who needs to go? Who wants to go first?
Let me go. Let me see if I can get it off quickly.
Sharp.
Batman Soups, Spider-Man Flash, Storm.
Okay, Sharp, I'll go next. T'Challa. No, I'm joking.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We know
Okay.
you're not.
T'Challa, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Batman, Wolverine, Static Shock.
Ooh, Black Lightning.
No, not
That's a
Black
great-
Lightning.
No.
That's,
I'm thinking for mine. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
I'm-
sorry, not Static Shock, Static. I know the Static fans. Static Shock was the show, Static is the name. Static,
Yeah.
that's my 5.
I wasn't mixing them up. I was just thinking for mine.
I'm gonna go because of, I'm going to go in a little different route because of how triggered I am. I'm actually gonna go the top 5 list as per how much they made an impact on the cultural impact on the whole world instead of putting my own personal bias. Because
No, wait. No, Tebello, give us your personal first. You can give us that other list after. We need your personal first, please.
okay, Khala will take first place. Like as in, oh, my personal.
Yes.
Yeah.
My own. Oh, okay, shame. Woo. Okay, number 1 is Eric Lensher.
All right.
Yes.
Number 2. Who? Number 2 would most probably be Charles Xavier.
Wow. With how much you hate on him, I'm surprised.
But he's the perfect foil for Eric. That's the thing.
Uh,
And then
Okay.
Spider-Man would definitely be number 3 because formative years. The problem is Batman was a soapy for me. I understand. Now we are sticking to comics. We're not going to stick to anime or manga stuff like that. So let me stick to comics.
Yeah.
Because the
Comics.
first comic I ever read was Spider-Man, fighting against Kraven the Hunter and the Demo Goblin. Who knew about that? Did you know there was a Demon Goblin?
Oh, so you came in at like Spider-Man like 300 or something.
Then who take
It's a
forward?
tough one.
Look, as much as I like Wolverine and I'm not much of a ooh. Okay, is it because of the movies that I like Jean Grey so much? Or is it because of that show? Because I did like the fact that she. Oh yeah, won't lie. There's this place. Maybe because it's a guilty pleasure, but I think Thor would be number 4.
I was about to say,
Okay.
those movies did not do Jean any justice.
Hey,
Yeah, Thor would be
I
number
mean, the
4.
casting for Gino was great, but
The
No, I
first,
think the casting across the board was on fire, but the
Yeah.
story was.
you could tell that they took a bit of Beast and laced it into the movie version of Jean Grey, because he was busy like checking people's bodies and analyzing their conditions and
and then I think
I don't know.
I think I'd give 5 to Kal-El.
Do you have him on your
Okay.
list twice? Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I see what
because
you're saying.
All right. For me, number one is Bruce, dog. It's Batman. It has to be Batman.
Rohan, I was going to end up, I was gonna get being kicked out of the group if I said my comment.
Hmm?
Number two,
Getting kicked out of the group since you got into the group.
You know?
number two, it would have to be Superman. Like
Mhm.
that man is a staple, man. Three, it would have to be Iron Man. Like I'm talking about like how much they influenced like almost everything that I do, even writing wise now.
Mm-hmm.
Four, it would be between Storm and Jean Grey, one of the two. I just don't know who, but one of
You
the
can
two
cheat
would
and
be.
have them both.
Yeah, it's a tie between those two.
It's your
And
list.
then
You can cheat.
yeah, this one is tough, man. This one is really, 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 really tough.
Well, Storm for me is number 6. I just think I love Static a lot. But yeah, Storm is number 6. She's right after him.
Yeah, because
Ooh.
there's Dick Grayson and there's
Ooh, shit,
Mr.
I forgot.
Fantastic.
Hey,
And the
Chief.
Cyclops. So it's tough, but
Oh, yeah, Kanan. I'm surprised your boy didn't make the list. I thought Cyclops would have been there.
Number one.
no, I'm faithful. Yeah. Sorry, Tebello, what was your other list before we shut it down?
No, oh, sorry. What were you saying? Did you say Cyclops?
Yeah, Cyclops, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The other list was the one I believe this should have been here. The actual proper the proper top 5, I'd guess. I could go into a little more detail about top 10. The number 1 and number 2 are okay. Batman and Superman, because the cultural and comic impact it will most probably still be going on well after or even our time. There'll always be a need for a Batman story. There'll always be a need for a Superman story. And as much as people don't like, people think that or rather the writing about Superman doesn't a great disservice. Because I think that's one of my biggest issues with Superman right now, is that people don't know how to write him.
Hey, they gave him a Susanoo the other day.
I know that's
Uchiha style.
that's what I'm saying.
What?
They gave him a Susanoo the other
Spider-Man,
day.
Spider-Man and
Why
Superman
does
writers are
Superman
struggling.
doesn't need a like?
Yeah, Spider-Man and Superman strikers, right? And then number 3 would have to go with I'd have to give him to.
Zuko, he unlocked his Mangekyo, Chief. He went through pain.
Bro, like the dude doesn't need. He lost his stepdad. That was his Mangekyo already.
There you go.
Dude can destroy the earth with an ill-timed sneeze. Like, what the hell? Well, a city at least.
Where was I? Oh,
Sorry, Tebello.
number 3. I have to. And look, I don't care about Wonder Woman as much as many people think, but Wonder Woman has got to be on the top 3, simply because of how they managed to. And even though it was a start and they didn't do such a good job.
Basically.
Yeah.
The Trinity. It's the Trinity. That's
Yeah,
the top
that
3.
is Trinity. There is a reason why Wonder Woman is so impactful. It's like she opened the door for so many other well-written, well-loved female characters who are heroes in their own right.
And to add on to what you're saying, there's 2 things. One, when Storm was created, I stand to be corrected on this, but that's of Wonder Woman, but for Marvel. That was the mindset there. And then 2, she's not Wonder Girl. She's Wonder Woman. So there's that whole woman thing that other creators just looked down and created like a Batgirl and a Spider Girl or whoever. So there's that whole woman thing. She's the first to do it.
There you go. So we can't
Because
let go.
Canon-wise, Kara is older than Clark, but she's Supergirl.
Yeah, I mean it's a complicated timey-wimey situation, but yeah, I mean the was this to prove what you said about Storm when they did the crossover DC amalgamation thing. The two characters they amalgamated was Wonder Woman and Storm. They didn't pick anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Storm's iconic, but I have to acknowledge that the door was opened by Wonder Woman. And then number 4 would have to be Spider-Man. Simply because Spider-Man finally gave the mantle of hero to us, teenagers. Not hero's sidekick. Not heroes, not the up and coming next in line generation. You need to study under this person's wing. And also not snotty brat who knows it all, who's supposed to get his ass kicked because he knows to all. I'm looking at you, Damien.
Right.
I love that character.
And quite by accident, even what Stanley said, it like the fact that he covers his entire face gave us people of POCs an opportunity of identifying ourselves in the Spider-Man. That's why if you pay attention to many people of a certain generation, aka millennials, there are two heroes: it's Batman and Spider-Man. And then who would I suggest for number 5? You see, number 5 isn't it really that hard? Because there's so many other culturally impactful characters.
I mean, Robin would have to be there, because he's the first sidekick.
Yeah.
Without him, you don't have sidekicks.
We don't have the concept of sidekicks, absolutely.
So
Dick Grayson specifically.
And the Winter Soldier.
The
Winter Soldier is also like a copy of Jason Todd as well. So it's.
I would have loved as well if they're talking about top 10 comic book IPs of all time or something like that, because I'd definitely put the X-Men right there in the top 10, because the whole story, I'm talking about the storyline of the X-Men, not necessarily just like the certain characters in them, because once again, it changed the ideology. It eliminated so much writing, backstory writing. It was, hey, he evolved.
Well, didn't Stanley say he was just tired of giving people?
It is speculated that they copied. Also, it is speculated that they copied the Doom Patrol, but they just did it better. That's all.
There's so many characters. Like, anyway.
That answer.
Anyway, that would be my answer. Do you guys agree or disagree?
Wait, all right. Who was number 5? Oh, number 5 was Robin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the other 5 spots just for fun.
Okay.
6 I'm feeling, well, it has to be Wolverine. 6 I'm feeling is Wolverine.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I think he was the biggest.
Who?
Wolverine. I think he was like the biggest anti-hero of all time until they made him a hero.
Yeah.
And like that 6-claw thing is iconic. Like Snick is like it's like Thwip. When you see Snick, you know who they're talking about.
Yeah.
7. Oh, no. 6 has got to be the Hulk. Sorry, 6 has got to be the Hulk. 7 has got to be Wolverine.
Okay.
8.
I'd argue for not Hal Jordan. Who was the black guy?
Jon Stewart? No, I can't put Jon Stewart there. 8 would
Doom?
Maybe Doom.
Doom.
Okay, 8 would have to be Doom. I'd say 8 is
Guys, these are
Doom.
just comic book
Oh,
heroes. Yeah.
oh, yeah, you're right. Doom, definitely. Ooh, yeah, definitely Doom.
9.
9.
I give to Magneto.
Darkseid.
No,
Speed?
here's what I argue a bit, because 9, I would actually, funny enough, confusing people, I'd actually put T'Challa. I'd actually put the Black Panther. The Black Panther came at the right time. The name came at also the right time. Because the civil rights movement had taken up a certain mantle, and then by sheer coincidence, a comic about a Black Panther came alongside it.
The spirit of the Black Panther will be stripped away.
Well, the thing is that 9 is a 9 or 10 is a good spot. Again, T'Challa's my favorite character, but it's just he hasn't had enough material anyway. But he is canonically the first mainstream. I know there were black characters before him, but they were not mainstream in the fact that other people across the world, and like they were part of a famous publishing thing in Marvel and in modern comics like Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, whatever you want to say. T'Challa was the first one in terms of being a black character. He was the first main black character. Like he was the first main black character in mainstream comics to get an ongoing, to get a series, to show up and all of that stuff. And when he showed up, he beat up like the most powerful family in Marvel. Like that was
He didn't feel like a
unprecedented.
sidekick. He was not a black sidekick. He was a black, competent, experienced martial artist and a technical genius.
So yeah,
you're right.
I'm cool with 9. I'm cool with 9.
I'd say that.
Guys, I'll put Darkseid there. Because without Darkseid, there's no Thanos. Without Darkseid, there's no Apocalypse. He's the big bad of the DC universe.
So you put him at 9?
No, at 10.
Oh, at 10. Yeah.
I yes and no. Funny enough, I'd put Apocalypse on 10 over before Darkseid, and I know people get like, "Oh my God, you're such a Marvel! Stop sucking Marvel's dick." Hear me out.
No, but what I'm saying is, without Darkseid, there's no Apocalypse.
I agree with them. I agree with Darkseid over Apocalypse. I feel like the thing is with Apocalypse, to me, he feels kind of vague. And I know it's weird because Darkseid also feels vague to me, but Darkseid feels like a more overarching threat.
Yeah.
Than Apocalypse.
Yeah. True.
Whereas like Apocalypse, he feels like he fits a specific thing. And it's
just
like
an
and I feel like nature will do what Apocalypse wants it to do. Like it's like, dog, already the thing you're espousing, I think it happens anyway. Whereas Darkseid is very intentional about what he wants to be. Like it's the whole thing of Darkseid is. So he wants to be the absolute and everything.
I agree with you. It's just that, and I also do agree with that. He does open the door to these iconic villains. My downside is that as big as a big threat he is, the cultural impact he has as opposed to other characters like AKA Apocalypse. Apocalypse has been in games, he has been in the TV show.
True.
Has been
in that terrible movie.
He's been in that god awful movie that we'll not talk about.
And from the ashes of our world, shut up, dog.
So that's just my one gripe. Sure, does it fall under the whole Marvel always trying to one up DC by releasing its IP first? Sure, but Darkseid, I got introduced to him as a character when I was watching the Superman animated series, when he managed to omega beam that guy when he left the city, and it's been beef ever since with Superman ever since. But when it comes to Apocalypse, I knew about Apocalypse since the X-Men.
I mean, so you'd also put them over Joker there, Mr. Extrodin?
Yeah. Are we talking to yeah, actually.
Yeah, that's a tough one. a tough one, Buck. That's a tough one.
I think, to be honest, Joker's supposed to be on number 10 because of his cultural significance.
I would put Darkseid over Joker. I'd put Darkseid over Joker.
I don't know
Joker would
about
come
that
after
one.
Darkseid.
I don't know about that one. Number 11.
No, I think.
No, remember, we're trying to keep this objective. We're trying to do the
Yeah.
opposite of what they did on this list.
Or
Which is why, like, because if it was my personal list, T'Challa would be number one, but I can't.
The reason I'm putting Darkseid, like, I'm thinking about him as a threat overall in the entire DC universe.
Which,
like, Joker's not a threat in the entire DC universe.
which is true, but how much of
No,
a
but if we're
culture-
trying to say great,
scale, it's a impact scale.
yeah, that's what we're.
how has Darkseid affected? How many Darkseid stands do you have in the common day that we meet around on the day-to-day,
Okay.
as opposed to how many Joker stands do you have?
Tebello,
Yeah.
the reason Thanos is so popular today, the reason Thanos is a household name today, is because of the idea of Darkseid.
That is true.
You understand?
That is true, and that requires that we should actually have a decent live adaptation of Darkseid. But if you're gonna say,
I'm just saying Thanos and his impact with like the impact that Thanos has today wouldn't exist if Darkseid was not a character.
That is true.
But I'm just saying, in terms of, would Thanos' impact even rival somebody like the Joker's?
Hey man, it's so tough. I'm not saying, look, trust me, I'm not saying the Joker doesn't
No,
deserve to
and
be
we're not
in
even
the-
saying that Darkseid doesn't even deserve to be 10, because I can see what you're saying. Again, like for me, Darkseid as a character confuses the hell out of me.
Yeah.
He has dope ass speeches, but I don't get what he's about. I don't get what he's about. But I just know that he was impactful as a. I mean, he's a creation of Jack Kirby. I know he's got crazy impact as a character, so that's why I'm not even like fighting you specifically that he can't be number 10. It's just I'm trying to weigh how we would weigh this.
I get you. I get what you said. That's why I'm not even disagreeing with you guys on the Joker, man.
I mean, I would even put him over Lex. I put Darkseid over Lex. So I don't know.
Because nowhere, as much as I always tell about like how to write a decent Superman story, nowhere do we see a threat big enough that requires Superman to be in the battle than when Darkseid is rampaging. Like, that is true.
Look,
Lex,
I mean,
Lex only has an advantage because his mind always somehow manifests kryptonite. Somewhere along the line, he finds kryptonite
summoning jutsu.
Yeah.
Also to add on to what you guys have said, we wouldn't have Jason Todd if it wasn't for Joker. We wouldn't have Oracle if it wasn't for the Joker. You know?
But you know what?
Those two characters are funny.
Another character I would argue should supposed to be at least in the top 50. I'm not saying about the top 10, but in the top 50. Sir Alfred Pennyworth.
Alfred is number 12.
Yeah, because Jarvis wouldn't exist if Alfred didn't.
I'm not saying the top 5,
Jarvis
top 10,
from the
but
comics.
he's supposed to be in that 50 rank. Like if there was
no, Alfred is Batman's Batman.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne will talk shit to everybody else, and Alfred will be like, "Go to bed, Master Bruce." Fine, Alfred.
Fine. The only two people that managed to get Bruce to bed on time.
It's like, yo, bet.
Yeah.
Alfred Pennyworth. Don't tell me.
You will go to bed with a supper, young man.
In breaking news,
No, he'll punish him with supper, Chief.
Yeah.
Batman will be like, I need to get my micro sleeps. Yeah, after you have this soup that I spent the whole afternoon making, you're gonna eat this.
You're going to eat this right now. And go look, I've decided to get you a pet dog.
for your stress. Breaking news, guys.
I know this was.
Aaron Pierre has been cast as Jon Stewart for the Lantern series.
Ooh.
In this episode of Ditamata Anime. Ding.
Ding.
No, wait, isn't it that guy? He's in, what is he in now?
Rebel Red.
Ew. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's going to cause some division. Ooh.
At this
Yeah,
rate,
wait, isn't this old news, guys? This is old news, isn't
No,
it?
there was two guys that were up for it. I
No,
forgot
he
the
was
other guy.
up for it. He wasn't cast, but now he has been officially cast.
Bad move. Bad
Okay.
move.
Why is it a bad move?
Why is it a bad move?
If you look at Jon Stewart in the comics and you look at bro from Rebel Ridge, they don't look anything like each other. And now there's going to be all sorts of skin wars and diaspora wars and light skins versus the dark
Okay.
skins.
At this rate, Shim, that we must just accept the like Michael Jackson says, all I really want to say is they don't really care about us.
And I mean, for me as a
Who
comic book
would
guy,
you cast then, Buckmeister?
no, who's the other guy that was up for it? There was that other brother that was up for it. What
I
was
don't
his name?
remember his name.
Oh. Hey, yeah, it's already started.
What has started? The arguments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I think I'm beginning to realize I think some of these companies are just making money from
Oh God! When they
hate
said
viewings.
in brightest day, they meant it. That's what somebody said. Oh God!
Esani.
Yeah, okay. Hashtag showcase.
Sesiqalile.
Anyway, is there anything else we want to add?
No.
Anyway, yeah. No, I think yeah, I think yeah, that's
Alright.
it. Oh wait, we didn't decide. I think we said
Okay,
I think we can
that's it
stick
then,
with.
I guess.
I guess we can stick with Darkseid for now, and then we can make yeah. Yo, who was the other? Who was the other actor?
Can you guys see?
Let me
We can hear you. Well, we heard you a little bit.
do a little research.
Anyway, I guess we'll do this offline. Let's just close out the video.
Okay.
Mr. Extrodin, are you closing?
Yeah, but please
Okay,
close
9.
up because
Okay, let me just say 10. 9. We'll say 10 is a tie between Joker and Darkseid. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Buckmeister.
Oh, okay. I want to say thank you to everybody for, if you lasted up until this point, you are very, very strong. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow all of us. Links will be in the description down below and all of that good stuff. Make sure to go check out the Comic-Con vlog, video diary on KC Media. Make sure to go check out Geek Heresy on Meister Geek Media and all of that good stuff. What else did we shoot on this channel? Okay. Oh, yeah, we got a couple of videos coming out on Mr. Extrodin Universe and Mr. Extrodin Thinks. So make sure to check all of that stuff out. Watch out for the new Metro trailer breakdown. That should be dropping sometime. And yeah, if you're still, what's this? Please, again, just make sure to hit that like, that share, that subscribe, that notification button so you never miss a video. And if you like this video, you can make sure to click around the channel, and we will see you all in other videos because we from Mr. Extrodin Universe and the Africa's Next podcast have to be out. Peace.
Uncle.
Peace.
That was a dope one.